If you want to learn how to manifest anything into your reality, this video is for you. Hello, my spiritual baddie loves, and welcome back to my channel. I'm Mandy, if you're new here. I am a spiritual life coach who specializes in manifestation and feminine energy. If you are someone who's been here for a while, thank you for all the love and support. It definitely has been a minute since I've come on and done a talking video, but I just felt so excited and so called to make this video for y'all. So this is all about how to manifest anything that you desire into your reality and really just create a life that you absolutely love, to basically manifest your dream life. So before I get into today's amazing video, I just want to do a huge loving shout out to today's video sponsor, Ana Luisa Jewelry, Ana Luisa New York. You guys have seen them on my social media feeds, and I absolutely love this line. I am wearing all of my favorite pieces from their line today. We have this gorgeous cuff bracelet, this adorable astrology, mine is Virgo, necklace, which I adore. It's one of their newest lines. These gorgeous little hoop earrings, which I literally wear all the time. And then this is like a super staple, daily staple in my wardrobe for fashion, which is this gorgeous ring that I love, love, love. And they all look so pretty here, as you can see, with a bikini. I literally wear this line in the pool, showering daily, in the ocean. Being here in Mexico, the water can sometimes be very harsh, and I kid you not, as you can see, none of them have tarnished, which to me, as someone who's like an active lady on the go, I also wear them doing my hot girl walks and all my workouts, and they literally look just as beautiful as the day that I had them arrive at my doorstep. There are a number of reasons why I also just love this brand. Even their packaging is sustainable. The pieces themselves, as I said, can be easily dressed up or down. The quality is superior to a lot of just other jewelry brands that I have worn with high hopes in the past. But again, like, a lot of tarnishing will happen or they'll break down. And I've never had any issues with these guys. The ordering process, the shopping process, the wearability, like all of it, the sustainability of the brand, I just love them. They have an extended multi-year warranty. If you have any issues whatsoever, you can contact them. They are literally so sweet to both work with and just shop from. And they really promote the fact that all of us are beautiful beings, just inside and out. And they just have a really amazing vibe. I mean, the fact that they came out with astrology necklaces, y'all know how I feel about astrology. I absolutely love it. So, being a spiritual girly, I love that they always come up with they even have pieces that are like natural crystals and things like that. So I feel like they literally have something for everyone. So guys, if you want to check out Ana Luisa Jewelry, I'm going to put a link in the description below the video, and there is a discount code for 20% off. It's mandyjross 20. So you guys can go and pick up some pieces for yourself. And if you do, then tag me on your social media, take a hot pic, and show them off. So today, guys, I literally have manifested anything that I've wanted in my life. Growing up, my mom and people around me would always call me the lucky girl because I would always win contests. I would always just attract things to me that I really wanted. And, I didn't really, obviously, when I was younger, know the term manifestation, but looking back now, I realized that I've always had a winning formula of success. And being a conscious creator and learning about law of assumption, a lot around the Neville Goddard techniques, I realize now that I just really have mastered how to manifest your dream life and every area to be able to just magnetize things to you. And I want to teach you guys how to do the same. So one thing I want to note too is it's not just me. It's not just because a lot of times people will say, well, just because, I'm a YouTuber or I'm this or that or whatnot, any one of us it's possible for you to manifest exactly what you want. We're manifesting constantly. Every time we have a thought, it's planting a seed in the universe, and that can come to fruition as your manifestation. So this is for everybody. If you're watching, you have just as much of a possibility to manifest anything you want as I do. And I've realized too, over the years, having studied literally law of assumption for over 10 years now, I feel like sometimes people think it's like maybe just magic or woo-woo or whatnot, but honestly, it's actually more science if you get into the quantum realm. I'm not going to do so much that in this video, but it really is mind over magic, and that's something that, you know, no one can argue with the fact that at the end of the day, whether you're science or spiritually based, we are all energy beings. We're all atoms. So how you are vibrating, the energy, the frequency that you're vibrating at is absolutely going to be a source of either being a magnet to attract, or it's going to repel things away from you. But the thing that I love the most about law of assumption versus some of the other, like say law of attraction, or some other philosophies out there around spirituality and manifestation, is the fact that A, it can work for anybody because we're manifesting at all times, and B, it's not about, like, as much as I use the word attract something to you, the difference I've noticed in like law of attraction versus law of assumption is law of attraction is really heavily based, and I'm not saying either or is bad, or better or worse. It's just, in my experience, I appreciate the law of assumption more because it's more aligned with my belief around you change within yourself and the world is going to just reflect it. Like, you're the projector and the world is just your projection screen, versus some of the other kind of spiritual philosophies, we'll call them, out there, are more so like when you're a certain way, things are like outside of you are attracted to you. So I know it can get a little confusing sometimes when we're talking about manifestation, because there are like a lot of quote unquote definitions out there about what manifestation actually is. But I'm going to break it down really simply for you to understand like what exactly it is, and I've just told you what it's not, and then the formula that I use to literally manifest anything in any area of my life. So at this point, it does feel pretty magical living my dreams out loud. And I actually wrote down a list for y'all because there's just been so many things in my life that I have manifested to date. A few include, you know, my dream career, just being a content creator and a spiritual life coach, money, opportunities, specific people, romantic connections, experiences, world travels. Like, I'm in Mexico now. I have so many different plans for traveling, and I feel unstoppable when it comes to exploring the world. Gifts, perfect health, a high self-concept and self-image, social media growth, being in the best shape of my life, like feeling amazing, feeling super high in life constantly is a manifestation in itself. But you know, the number one thing for me, I feel like, as much as all of these external, a lot of them were external, but some internal in there as well, I feel like the number one thing that I've manifested that I'm the happiest and I feel like most proud of, honestly, is the high self-concept, and more than anything, like having a peace of mind. I feel like back in the day when I didn't really understand the dynamics of like what's required to manifest what you want, I used to have so much worry and anxiety and frustration, not knowing how to have things go as in an ideal way for me, how to kind of operate in a way where things always flowed in my favor. And after sort of the light bulb switch flicked on for me, I feel like now that I know and I'm so hyper aware of like law of assumption, it's like everything just flows in my favor. Like, today is another day. Like, people around me literally laugh and laugh at me when I say this, but like they know it's the truth. It's like I feel like I'm literally having the best day of my life, and it's not because everything's just like so perfect and, you know, unicorns and rainbows and like, you know, all the time. No, things happen in my 3D reality that are not ideal, but I also, there's something to be said about not lingering on negativity. That's where I do really value focusing on the good, the beautiful, the magic, the amazing things that happen around us, and celebrating all these little beautiful happy moments, because it really does end up being a snowball effect from one thing to the next, to the next, to the next. But we'll get into that a little bit in this video. But just to give you a little bit of context, I really truly feel like innately it is a core belief of mine now that there is absolutely nothing that I cannot manifest, and you guys absolutely have the power to become the same as a master of manifestation. Just on a little side note, this was actually crocheted by a local designer. This Tankini, I guess, would be the name. She's amazing. I'm gonna put just her contact info below, because her bikinis literally are like, hello, like so gorgeous. Ugh, I love it, love it. Anyway, the other thing that I wanted to clarify too with manifestation, because a lot of it can get like quite complex or confusing for people that are especially new to it. With the law of assumption, it does not matter what your circumstances are. And you will hear me repeat this over and over and over again. For any of y'all who are going through like what feels like a nightmare right now, it doesn't matter. Even though your 3D might be reflecting the absolute opposite of what you want to manifest into your dream life right now, you can literally turn any situation, no matter how bad it feels, no matter what the circumstances are. Circumstances never matter when it comes to manifestation. So I'm going to teach you to the best of my ability in this video how to shift into a new reality where no matter what you're dealing with currently in your 3D reality, you are going to be able to completely turn it around. And that includes specific people, because that's like usually I find, I don't want to intend that for y'all, but I do find that for a lot of people, like shifting the beliefs around a person can be one of the most challenging ones, because for some reason we think it's more difficult to manifest a person versus like say a coffee cup, or we just have a lot more resistance typically when it comes to people versus like objects, or money too. Money's a big one that people sort of have a lot of can have a lot of limiting beliefs around. Same with health and appearance. So those are kind of the three main biggies, but I don't care, because I'm going to teach you guys that no matter what your current reality is showing you, you can change it. So when it comes to manifesting, there are three main areas that you need to focus on. One is your intention/desire. The next is the universe. And the third and final one are your beliefs, your identity, and your state of vibration. All right, so step number one, you need to decide exactly what it is that you want to manifest into your reality. You need to get crystal clear on what your desire is as much as possible. Now, if you're someone who maybe is worried that you're not exactly sure, like say you're trying to manifest love and you don't exactly know like who it is that, or you're kind of open to maybe like some of the details being, not precise, I'm telling you, my experience, I feel like it's better to be as detailed as possible, because you literally can manifest anyone or anything. And in my past experiences, no matter how detailed you get, the universe will literally blow your human mind. Like your human mind can't even fathom how amazing something can be for you. So at the bare minimum, I feel like it's better to just get really crystal clear on what you want, as detailed as possible, whether it's like a new home or a person, or even if it's something more intrinsic, like if you want to feel confident or feel like more beautiful inside, or whatever the thing is, like just get really crystal clear on that vision. Next, you need to have or develop unwavering belief. And this is where faith comes in. You need to be able to believe that even before you see something show up in your reality, like your manifestation coming true for you 100% in its entirety, you need to believe that it's possible for you. If you don't even believe it's possible for you, you are not going to be able to manifest. It's just, I don't want to say anything's impossible, but this is one of these like universal laws. You have to be willing to have like just 100% faith that it is possible for you to attract anything to you that you desire. This also comes into play because as humans, a lot of times, sometimes, we'll be triggered and worries and doubts and fears will come up. That's when you have to face that head on with your unwavering belief. So in this phase of having planted the seed of exactly what you want and putting that out there to the highest power, which in turn is yourself, you have to be able to ignore anything that shows up in your 3D reality that is not your manifestation. Even if you see like birds before land, which is, I can do a whole video on that for you guys as a refresher, but birds before land, or even like what I like to think of as things that appear almost like your manifestation. Like say you're manifesting marriage and you see constantly on your Instagram, it's like showing you engagements, or on TV, things will pop up if you're someone who watches TV. Like it'll be like an engagement ring commercial, or, one of your friends ends up getting engaged, or, someone tells you someone they know just got married. It's like all these little hints from the universe showing you that you're on the right path. It's not quite your manifestation yet, but it's almost there. And that's actually a really good sign if you do start to kind of have those things come into your awareness, because it's pointing you down the path of you're on the right path yourself of planting that seed, and it's like starting to grow into your reality now. So the reason why your current circumstances or your current situation never matters is because it's just old thoughts manifested. There sometimes you'll have instantaneous manifestations. I know I have that all the time, where I'll think of something and it'll literally show up like seconds later. But a lot of times there is like a little bit of a lag. They call it like sort of the manifestation lag, where it takes a little bit, whether it's people or just time, which again is just a man-made concept anyways. There's a little bit of a delay, we'll call it, instead of time, because I don't really want to discuss like that man-made concept, because it really is irrelevant when it comes to manifestation. When we get impatient and we feel like it takes forever for things to show up for us, that's really just our mind playing a trick on us. And the only thing that matters right now is like the present moment. So as long as you're staying focused, it's kind of like, picture your manifestation is at the end of a tunnel. Picture this. This is a really good metaphor. Picture your manifestation is at the end of a tunnel. You know exactly what you want. You can see it. And there's all these kind of distractions while you're driving towards the end of the tunnel. You need to just be able to like ignore all this stuff. Even if you're seeing the absolute opposite, which sometimes can actually happen right before you manifest your exact vision. But you need to be able to just like ignore all this stuff, whether it's showing you positive signs, whether it's showing you the exact opposite. You really just need to keep focused on what it is that you want. And that's where things like manifestation techniques can really help to kind of tap you back into the feeling, tap you back into the state of the wish fulfilled, the desire fulfilled. So even though circumstances don't matter, what does matter again is staying in the present moment, because this is the only real thing that absolutely even exists. The past is literally just us affirming that it's a past tense, but the past doesn't really exist, and the future doesn't actually really exist either. That's just something that our minds tell ourselves as a story to make logical sense. But as a lot of you will have known on my social media, I like to say Delulu life is the best life. And that's not to say like being delusional all the time is like, there are going to be times when 3D reality, some logic is going to definitely come into play in your life, but I'm such a firm believer that being delusional is the only way to truly embody the state of the person, because you're literally becoming someone who you've never been in order to get a result that you've never had. So there is that role play in there of like embodying that main character energy of, ooh, see, did you... Hello, like, if that's not a sign, I love this. Like, I absolutely love when stuff like this around me happens. It's like the universe's way of like hinting to me that all these little signs around us are just, I feel like they're just signs that we're always moving towards our divine path. And lights on, light bulb moment. I love it. So one exercise that can really help in this phase of manifestation is to do an exploration of your mind and really envision and start to really embody and feel as though you were the person who has everything that they already want in their desired reality. What would you be doing? How would you be feeling? Where would you be waking up? Would you be waking up next to, say, your specific person? Where would you be waking up? What city would you be living in? How would you look? How would you be thinking? What would your daily routine be like? Like, this is a really fun activity because you can just let your imagination literally run wild. And as someone who literally since I was little has had such an active imagination, I always find this activity like super fun because you really can just envision becoming a new character. Like, imagine your life as this gorgeous, amazing masterpiece of a movie, and at any given time you can just choose a new role. Like, that's really what you're doing. So say you want to manifest, say it's a lifestyle where you're traveling all the time. That's a pretty popular desire. Sorry guys, the mosquitoes here, like, I think I'm just so sweet. They're like eating me, but we're gonna keep rolling because that's real life. I'm gonna intend that the mosquitoes are gonna stop. I'm gonna manifest the mosquitoes going away right now. But let's say that, for example, say you are traveling in your desired reality. So what would it be like if you were someone who traveled all the time? Would you be traveling nonstop? Would you be stopping and exploring? What would you look like? How would you dress? How would you feel? What kind of feelings would someone who's traveling all the time be feeling on a daily basis? What would your daily schedule look like? You know, would you be going and getting a beautiful morning coffee? Would you be, you know, meditating somewhere beautiful in the mornings? Would you be sleeping in? Like, there's so many different things, you know, you can let your imagination just run wild with this kind of activity. So that's the key though, is just really truly envisioning and then starting to embody internally, not externally. This doesn't mean, you know, having to like make a space in your bed for someone who doesn't exist yet. This doesn't mean having to clean out your closet and create like space in your wardrobe for a non-existent partner who isn't here yet in your 3D. Those kind of things, like, you can absolutely do them if they make you feel better, but they're not necessary at all. And I think that's one of the things, like, just I've never really done that. Like, sometimes people find it beneficial, say if you're like manifesting marriage, they'll get like, you know, a fake ring or something, which I'm just gonna say because I love them. So if you guys are newer to law of assumption or manifestation techniques and whatnot, or philosophies, this is going to be a little bit of a tough love moment, but the only thing standing between where you're at and what you quote unquote don't have and where you want to go and your desired reality and your desired manifestations is you. Meaning that basically anything that you have manifested into your reality, whether it's the ideal or not ideal into your life, has all been because of you. We are creating our life on a moment-to-moment basis based on our innermost beliefs. So the beauty in that is that you can feel disempowered in knowing that you're creating everything, or you can use that and go, oh my goodness, which is what I've chosen to do in my life, and go, wow, like, I actually feel so empowered because I know that I'm creating my own reality and I'm going to create my own dream destiny based on my innermost beliefs. The other thing I absolutely love about manifestation and why my heart is so in this work is because you come to realize, like, the universe always wants to give you your desires. There's nothing that's actually against you. And I'm just gonna say this, and this is coming from such a loving, compassionate place, but one thing that is an absolute must, that is a non-negotiable requirement when it comes to manifesting anything you want, and this, again, just gonna say it, you have to stop playing victim in your reality. There is no room for being a victim. There is no room for complaining about your current reality because, again, shot a little loving truth juice. You've created it based on what's going on within you. And I did, or I'm coming out with a TikTok actually on this, but even if you're feeling like you keep trying and trying and trying and you're still not getting the results you want, it's because somewhere inside of you there are limiting beliefs, usually stemming from some sort of trauma that you've experienced in your childhood, and your inner child needs some extra love and extra attention. And it isn't until you start doing the inner work, and it doesn't have to take long. That's the other fallacy. Like, a lot of times when you start talking about traumas and healing and things like that, people get very discouraged, and I don't want you to feel discouraged, because I've had a journey of my own, obviously self-discovery, healing. Those of who have followed me for years have seen my transformation both externally and internally. And y'all, no matter what your circumstances have been in your past, your history does not determine your destiny. You do. So that being said, you do need to do some inner exploration and figure out exactly, when you're seeing something, an area of your life you're not happy with, then you need to explore and investigate, like, why is it that I'm having a disconnect? Like, what would the belief be? And this is an exercise you guys can do. One of my favorite exercises is you focus on an area you're unhappy with, and literally you can write down all the beliefs you have about that area of your life. So say if it's love or money or health or appearance, whatever the thing is, you can focus on that area and just do like I call it like just kind of a mind blurb, where you just write down anything and everything that comes to mind belief wise, and then you can start to peel back the layers and go, oh my goodness, like, I've been believing this story my whole life. I've written this kind of narrative around this topic, and you can start to create affirmations and new beliefs that are the opposite of what you've been thinking. And that will literally, I'm getting like vibrations in my body saying this, that will literally start to train your mind to actually think completely differently, and you'll start to retrain your brain. You'll start to change the neural pathways in your mind that normally would go this way, and you're going to train them to go this way instead and focus in a positive direction, and that is going to help you in order to manifest more of what you want. All right, guys, I'm getting eaten alive and the light's going down, but I care too much about finishing this video for y'all, so we're going to do it. We're almost done too. So here's the thing. When it comes to your mind, and this is why I always put a heavy emphasis on focusing on what you want. It doesn't mean you have to be perfect and positive and happy all the time, but the reason why I talk so much about focusing on the positive is because your mind doesn't have a filter. So whatever you feed it, it essentially is going to grow. So, there's those sayings that I absolutely will always repeat for the rest of my life, which are, where your mind goes, energy flows, and what you focus on grows, because it's absolutely true. If you focus on what you don't want, you're going to see that show up time and time again. You'll notice the patterns that continuously are perpetuated in your reality, and you'll realize it's because you've been focusing on the same negative outcomes. And that's something that you just have to literally train your brain to refocus on what it is that you want in that specific area. So a perfect example, honestly, is like a specific person. So if you have a story written about somebody in your reality that someone is this way, they have no choice but to show up as that version of themselves. The beauty, again, in being a conscious creator is you can write a new story like in this second right now. So if someone's showing up to you in a way that is unfavorable or undesirable, you can just write them a new role in your movie. They will never be the main character, because that is your place and that is your role that you must maintain. You need to be the star of your own reality, and I will never stop shouting that from the rooftops. But you can write someone a brand new role that is a beautiful, supportive role to yours in the movie that is the masterpiece of your life. The last piece of the puzzle for this, talking about beliefs, is really just developing a high self-concept, which at the beginning of the video I mentioned is probably my best manifestation to date, is just developing such a high self-concept. And y'all, like, a lot of you have followed me over the years through like my physical transformations and glow-ups and things like that. I'm telling y'all, the physical, yes, I love working out. I love taking care of myself. I'm such a self-care and self-love girly. But none of it would have been possible without me literally changing my self-concept from within and it literally manifesting outside of me. And that's something that like I can do a whole video on just appearance changes because a lot of people are curious about that topic. And it really is an inside job. Same with happiness, same with peace of mind. All of those are inside jobs. And when you do that inner work, that inner child healing and nurturing and loving and really just building a high, strong self-concept and sense of self-worth, you literally will become unstoppable. The more and more you believe in yourself, you'll literally, it's like training and building that muscle within of self-love and self-worth, and having a high self-concept will literally make you magnetic AF, you know, in your life to be able to manifest anything you want. So the high self-concept is literally a non-negotiable. And, you know, a lot of people will try and kind of dart around it, but it really is the key to manifesting anything that you desire. So how do you actually develop a high self-concept? It really does require you to, in a sense, just prioritize yourself, give yourself anything that you wish your inner child had been given earlier in life, whether that's love, validation, worthiness, attention, affection, security and safety, whatever you need to do. And this is where the techniques come in as well, like things that are really self-soothing. One of my favorites is EFT tapping. I find like even tapping on your body, just it really helps to release energy, and it also helps to like sort of tap your new affirmations, your new beliefs into your subconscious. That's one thing I absolutely love. Breath work is another popular one. I mean, there's so many: exercise, music, you know, in terms of, those are kind of self-soothing techniques, I would say, but in terms of like actual manifestation techniques, obviously visualization, journaling, scripting, listening to meditations, overnight tracks have been really, really beneficial at reprogramming my subconscious. I really love overnight meditation tracks. I would say, yeah, listening to meditations, doing meditation during the day. I also find things like Neville Goddard is one of my favorites in terms of like some of his techniques, like SATs, which is state akin to sleep, having like a visualization or an imaginative practice when you wake up in the morning and then before you go to sleep at night, kind of envisioning, imagining like your dream self, your dream life. Your imagination is so pivotal in this conscious creation process. So all those things, affirmations, saying them out loud. I wouldn't even say affirmations are like necessarily a technique per se. I think that they're just a tool, but they can be helpful if you do the inner work to support them. They alone in vain will not do, I don't believe, anything. But when you do that and you mix the affirmations with the inner work that you're doing, it will be a recipe for success. All right, guys, we are almost out of lighting here. It's like really junglist kind of vibes now, so I'll make this short and sweet. The bonus that I wanted to leave y'all with is to not feel discouraged. Manifestation, honestly, at the end of the day, you realize that when you mix doing what you absolutely love with just living in your authentic state, which really is just taking you back to who I believe you truly were always born as. Getting back to your inner child state of being, to me, is the highest form of evolution. That's like your true God state self. That said, I really truly feel like if there's one thing I can leave you guys with as a bonus, it would be the law of detachment, which is the universal law. And this is where a lot of people kind of get things. I feel like this is sometimes where people go wrong. It's not about letting go of what you want, ever. You never need to not have what you want. The universe wants to deliver exactly what you want. So it's not about letting go of what you want. What it is letting go of the attachment to a desired outcome. And I know that might sound like the opposite, but it's not. It's when you're clinging and you're needy of something outside of yourself to happen in order to fill something within yourself. That's why the self-concept work is, again, I don't want to hammer it into your head, but like, because I know a lot of coaches say self-concept. Some of y'all want to ignore this, but self-concept is the key. Like, if you're not right with you, the outside world that you're living in is not going to be right as well, because it's just going to reflect you. Again, you're the projector. The world is your projection screen. The beauty, again, in that is that the more you focus on bettering yourself, the more the world around you is going to become a much happier, healthier, brighter, lighter, more beautiful space, because it's just reflecting the beautiful soul that you have always been, and you're just coming back to that state of being. Now, a metaphor I love to use for the letting go concept is if you place an Amazon order, you don't question when it's going to show up, and you don't question how it's going to get to you. You don't care. You just want your Amazon order. It's the same when you place a quote unquote request to the universe of your manifestation. All you need to do is focus. And I came up with this little rhyme for my coaching clients that they absolutely adore, so I'm going to share it with y'all. When it comes to manifesting, you never need to be concerned about the when or the how. You only need to be concerned about the what and the now. And what does that break down to? Well, you need to be concerned, again, as a little refresher, about what it is that you want and get really crystal clear on your desire. You need to be focused on the now, the present moment. Stop thinking about what happened in the past. It's already done. Stop focusing so much on the future or only being in a future state, because all that matters is your state of vibration right now. So what does that look like? It means doing things that bring you genuine joy, because that's going to elevate your vibration. And it doesn't mean, again, being perfect and being happy and positive all the time, but whatever it is that brings you genuine joy is going to be a better, more enjoyable process for you. And I do find in my experience that the happier I am, the more I tend to manifest faster, and just, it's a better experience. Like, why would you want to make it hard? Life is supposed to be easy for us. It's not meant to be endured, it's meant to be enjoyed. So why would we not enjoy it, right? You don't have to worry about the when, and you don't have to worry about the how. And I know if you were someone who felt like a lot of us didn't have control in some area in your childhood, a lot of times you'll try to control how it gets to you. You don't need to worry about that with manifestation. The how it's going to get to you, leave it up to the universe. It'll literally come to you in the most magical, miraculous, amazing way that you don't even have to plan. Stop making it harder for yourself. You don't need to do that. So don't worry about the how. And when is basically up to two things. It's up to how quick you are willing and able to do the inner work that is necessary to align your personal beliefs with what it is. It's really aligning to the version of you who has that thing. That's really what it is. But the sooner you do that inner work, the faster it's going to get to you. So hurry up and do the inner work. It's a non-negotiable. You have to do the inside stuff so the outside reflects you. Life is not happening to you, it's happening through you. And when you really start to believe that and know it's possible for you, and you do the inner work to build a strong high self-concept, you will start to see that your manifestations do start to come in way faster, way easier. It's like a snowball effect of goodness in your life, which a lot of you I know who have been following me for a while now, you're starting to see I'm posting, this thing and that thing, and just my life has literally become one big beautiful manifestation. And I think that's one of the things I want to leave you guys with too, is manifesting is a lifestyle. It's not just pick and choose here and there when you get something. No, it literally becomes a lifestyle where you just keep continuously winning. That's what we're meant to do in life. We're meant to win. We were born winners. And I always joke, but I guess it's kind of an affirmation I go by, which is I'm always winning at the lottery of life. And that's truly how I feel. I just literally celebrate all the little things. I romanticize all the little things in my life, and life just keeps rewarding me with more things to celebrate. Okay, that was a little bit longer than I had originally planned, but I'm just so passionate about this, and I want you guys to manifest. I really am rooting for you. I want you to believe in yourself so much that you can literally manifest anything that your heart desires. Those heart desires you have were planted in your heart because that is true soul speak. You're meant to have those things that you deeply desire and your biggest dreams that, we have some, there you go. That's confirmation. See, the universe wants you to have what you want. There is nothing that you can't have, become, or do in your lifetime. We're meant to win. We're meant to become the best versions of ourselves, rooted in self-love and self-acceptance and self-honoring and respect and appreciation. And the moment you start being grateful for just being you and the beautiful, powerful creator you are, the more you're just going to see things around you start to shift really fast and furiously, the more that you love yourself. So guys, As a final note, I just want you to tune into your heart space, really get clear on what you want, know that it's possible for you, listen to those heart whispers, listen to those soul callings, listen to and notice the beauty in the life that you already have. That's another big one. I know I just want to like shower you guys with as many things that I just have discovered over my lifetime in terms of like how I'm able to manifest things so quickly. But gratitude is definitely one of the highest vibrations. And when you're grateful for things, I always say this, if you want more abundance in your life, start by being grateful for what you already have. It's, again, one of these like unspoken rules, but gratitude is a very, very powerful manifestation. I won't even call it a technique. It's just, I think it should just be a life rule. The more thankful and grateful you are for what you already have, the more you're going to see more of that and other things come into your reality. Right now, all of your desires are waiting on you. They're already available to you in this moment right now. They're literally just waiting for you to become in alignment with the version of you who already has them. That's it. That is literally it. So the sooner you start to do the inner work to build that high self-concept, you're going to start seeing things shift very quickly for you. And you have to always remember, guys, the power is always within you. You literally have everything right now at your fingertips available to you to be able to manifest anyone and anything into your reality right now. So guys, keep dreaming big and know that you are a limitless, powerful being. So I would love to know in the comments below what you guys are working on manifesting right now. I'm just gonna give myself a little light here because we're almost out of light, as you can see. I wanna know what you guys are manifesting. Leave it in the comments below and let's help each other manifest anything and everything that we want. If you guys haven't already, please like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. I'm gonna be coming out with tons more manifestation and law of assumption videos so you guys can become magnets for miracles and manifest a dream life. And if you guys want to connect with me on social media, it is at mandyjross everywhere. I'm literally on every social platform. I love connecting with you guys off of YouTube. If you want to check out, I'll put links for everything in the video description below. And guys, just be sure to go and check out, again, today's video sponsor, Ana Luisa. I have put the discount link and their link in the video description below. All right, guys, the light is literally out now, but I don't care. I'm so happy that I made this video for y'all. I hope that you guys are able to manifest some amazing things because of it. And I can't wait to hear about what you do end up attracting on your own personal journey of manifestation. I, as always, am wishing y'all a blessed and beautiful day out there.